morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is the new week. This week is full of news, also election in 2 days. So the market will be really wide. Let's have a look just very quick the economic calendars. I don't want to talk too much. You can see high impact news from Australia. It will be the interesting news tomorrow. The USA president election. We have some news from New Zealand, GPY, AUD, UK, and Thursday we have shitloads of news from UK and USA, and Friday some news from USA and Canada. So if you have any running position on AUD, NZD, GBP, USD, or Canadian dollar, or GPY, you definitely need to follow what's going on the economic calendars. You always protect your capital and use the stop loss just in case. So let's have a look at the chart. Where would you like to start? You can pick one from these 5.
Here, where you are now.
US 30? All right, let's see. So US 30. Monthly, we can find the last couple of months, it was very close to the all-time high, but the price reversed out before. On the weekly, we can find the trend line, it's broken. The price came back at the 78.60, and after it started pushing to the downside, and it's rejected to the 26,100 level. On the weekly, now we can expect some pullback to the upside. Of course, big question, who win the election. So I think if Mr. Trump win the election, US 30 could be fly to the upside. Maybe it's create the all-time high. So basically the US dollar showing some strong momentum. And after lots of people try to take a short exactly at the same level, so I think possible it's pushing a little bit higher, and after we can wait for the huge drop. On the weekly, on the last leg, we can't find too many things. I can place the fuel from low to high. We can find here is the 6.80, here is the 78.60, and if I use another way of the Fibonacci, because actually we expecting Trump win the election, we can show the way with this Fibonacci. Looks like the price goes above to the 78.60, and you can see it is the minus 27 watt, also a little bit higher than the previous all-time high. So basically it's a good liquidity zone. And also I think if I use the Pip trick on the monthly, it's also possible matches perfectly with the 127 level. Let's go back to the weekly. Basically, that's all what can I find here. On the daily, you can find the last couple of days was really bearish, and after looks like the price closed above to the strong support resistance level, and also on the 4-hour looks like it's broke the trend line, and it's create the inverse head and shoulder and start the week with strong push to the upside. Left shoulder, head, and we can find right shoulder at this point. You can see basically looks like the price at the moment sitting on the neckline. So it is the critical level. Let's see the Fibonacci. I'm going to the 1 hour because on the 1 hour is looking much better. I just did the trend line a little bit and I'm start to draw from this point. You can see everything is matches perfectly. So basically, left shoulder, add right shoulder, and we can draw simple trend line from here. You can see trend line break with the test. If you go from low to high, you can find the price came back to the 61.80 after it's make some push to the upside, some sideways moves, and continue to the upside, and looks like minus 27 is smashed really easy. The next important level is of course this level, but now we know exactly lots of people try to take a short because it looks like it's a strong level. Actually, what I'm expecting now, possible the price pushing a little bit higher. We know exactly it is the liquidity zone. Lots of people will be put the stop loss a little bit above to the previous highs. And I think after it's reached with the minus 68 level, we can expecting some pullback, and we can looking to buy position on US 30. So basically this is what I think at the moment. First we need to wait for the first red candle close, and after we can place the Fibonacci from low to high, and we will see how the price pushing to the downside. Maybe we can use also the fig trick. So if the price reach with the minus 68 level, what we marked up here, after possible some pullback at the 61.80 and to the trend line, we will create the bullish M, and after we can take a long position and we can target first previous high, second minus 27, and third minus 68. So this is the analysis on US 30, and actually this is what I'm waiting at the moment. Have you any question from US 30?
Yes, Banks, can I ask a question?
Yes, you can.
Please go back to the weekly. I want to ask from where you drew your trend line. The second week, from where you drew the second week. Can you draw a trend line from the second week?
Basically, because I find this point here, everything is matches perfectly. So you see Fibonacci, the trend line. Of course, we can draw multiply trend lines, but for me it was the best. You can do another one from here. Or
okay, how about when you draw the trend line, does it have to touch what's that, where this thing is, where the current support is, where price has respected the current support? When you draw the trend line, can it touch that week there, indicating a break?
I don't really understand what you mean, sorry.
What I mean is when you draw the trend line from the second week. Okay. Yeah, from where you drew the trend line, is it the second week there? When you draw the trend line from there, can you draw the trend line to touch where the support is? I mean the middle there. If you look at the at the M formation, yes.
Yeah, you can start from there as well. But you know, basically almost everything exactly the same.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. So basically this is what I'm expecting on US 30. You see, looks like it's showing the price lost the power, but I guess lots of people started taking short. They're showing exactly the same way. So this is what they want to show for us. And one more push to the upside and after the drop. So be patient and let's wait for the perfect entry point. If you want, and if you find some confirmation at this level on the lower time frame, you can take the short because it's almost 400 pips to the 61.8. Yeah, 300 only. So yeah, basically with the 50 pips stop loss, you can calculate this 1 to 6, so it's bigger than 1 to 5. So if you want, you can take the short position and you can looking the buy position at this level. Let's see about gold on the weekly, showing downside move. We have high, we have low, we have lower high, we have lower low, we have another lower high, and now the price sitting at this level. If I put the Fibo from high to low, you can find the price came back at the 61.80, and after it's start pushing to the downside, it is the minus 27. And if I'm going to the daily also, we can find some structure at the left side. Of course, the direction can be changed, the direction really easy. It doesn't matter what showing the technical things. So basically that's all on the weekly. Looks like now the price start pushing to the upside. Let's see the Fibonacci. So high to low, and basically we can find the price top the minus 68 level, and after its reverse for the previous high in the past, we know exactly also is liquidity zone, so lots of stop loss taken out, and now looks like the price ready to pushing back to the trend line, and after we will see if it's break, it could be pushing higher. If it's respected, it's still possible continue to the downside because the currently is bearish, it's not question. Let's see the 4. Actually, I'm going back just for a second the daily. If you go on the last leg from low to high to low, we can find the 7860 daily at this level. 61.8 is a little bit lower. Daily minus 27 and daily minus 68. What we can find on the 4-hour. Really similar patterns than find on US 30. Eventually level at this point. Basically we can find. So it looks like it's created the inverted and shoulder. So we can find here trend line break after it's create the bullish M. Go from low to high. And we can find the price came back at the 60 level, 61.80 level, and the 1 hour minus 27. This is the previous high. The price already tried to broke one time, but after it's making some pullback. But I think actually it's still looking too bullish for me. So the next push, what I'm wait is the 1,890 between 91.88 and 92 level. And after, I think we can expect some pullback to the downside. Let's have a look at the flip trick. So yeah, on this leg you can find the price came back at the 78.60 level. It's pushed to the upside. The minus 27 was the previous high, and the minus 68 is a little bit higher. Also, it is the liquidity zone, so lots of stop loss above to the previous high. So I think one more push on gold to the upside, and after we can expect some bigger pullback to the trend line again. You can see basically this level it matches with the 78.60. After we can take a long position and we can target first the previous high and after the 1,895 level. You can find the 78.60s also matches with the minus 68. So this is what I think from gold. Have you any question?
Yes, please. Ben, when you draw a trend line from the daily trend line, if you can see, there's a wick on your left from the daily trend line. I can see there is a trend line. There's a potential trend line there that you can draw, which when you draw it matches the minus 27, the 1895. Can you take a shot from there? Because even down there, if you go left, you realize that there is a resistance there.
So on which time frame? Where?
On the 4 hour time frame, yes.
Okay. You can do on my screen. Just show me, please.
I'm using phone, so. Okay.
So tell me price level or something.
This one? 1895. No, the upside, the minus 27, 1895.
Here?
Yes, no, yes, there, yes. It's when you look left, there is I'm seeing a potential resistance there.
This one?
And yes.
Yeah, it's possible. But okay. You know, from this place, the trend line is still very far.
Yeah.
But, you know, possible we get some pullback from this level.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have you any question from gold?
No, it's clear.
Okay. Let's see. GG. GG and US30 have a correlation, and actually we can find everywhere inverse and shoulder. It's funny.
Does it count as a head and shoulders, even though the trend line is not cutting the right shoulder?
Where?
I mean, here? Between the head and the right shoulder. Is it a Is it a good inverse head and shoulders? Yeah, yeah.
This is the 1 hour.
I see. Got it. Thank you.
Not the best, but yeah, looks like for me it's inverse head and shoulder. Or actually, if I'm start from here, we can move to the bottom. And you can see it's actually the price already rejected few times.
Thank you.
So just few words from the GBP. You know, Mr. Boris want to make a lockdown in UK, and last time when he made the same thing, GBPs drop huge to the downside. So it can be also make the GBP weak if this thing it's happened on Thursday. So we will see. At the moment, what can I find? Price it's in the bigger picture is still bearish, but actually we are waiting some pullback to the weekly 61.80. I can find the bigger picture, the left shoulder head, and I'm still waiting to the right shoulder. So basically this is the weekly Fibo, and you can see 618.78, 16, and the minus 27 is here. Daily time frame. Daily time frame. I put the Fibo from high. You can find the price. Looks like rejected at the 61.80 level. You can use the Fib trick from high to low. It's also minus 27. And another Fibo from low to high, it was 127.2. And of course the trend line. So yeah, we can find trend line, pattern, big bullish, and we have multiplier Fibo confirmation at this level. And also if we look left, you can find strong support resistance level as well. So this is the point where technically we can expecting some bigger pullback to the upside. And if I put it back the Fibo just for a sec from high to low, you can find the 61.8 is very close to the minus 27. So I think we don't need to do anything, just waiting for the clear break on the trend line to go from low to high. You can find today the price came back at the 61.80 level. So I'm waiting the final push first to the previous highs. So it's really strong support and resistance level. And after possible some pullback to the downside, or if the price pushing a little bit higher to the minus 27, possible after some bigger pullback, and we can take a long position. This is the first scenario. And the second one, with the price still respecting the currently trend line, and I play the Fibo from high to low, you can find price stop the 61.80 and the minus 27, it's here. Let's have a look at the Fibo from low to high. So basically, if the price still respecting this trend line, it starts pushing to the downside. I think there is the possibility entry point for long. And if this move happens, we can take long from there, and we can target the same levels. So this is what I wait on GBP, GPY. I don't looking to take a short long term. At the moment, I'm waiting for a bit bigger pullback to the upside before the huge drop coming. Have you any question from GP, GPY? You see? US 30. You see, it's broke the level, tapped the interesting zone, and looks like it's rejected. Let's see gold. Gold is not really moving. Yeah, so this is the point where everything starts to looking interesting. Sorry, the strong Sajik run number. So yeah, let's wait for the pullback. But you can see, so the price basically was here. It's pushed to the upside. Lots of stop loss taken out. Here.
You also can see some kind of order block on the 78.6, Koben.
Lots of stop loss was here taken out, and I think it's get ready to go to the downside. Order block, where is it?
Yeah, on the 1 hour and the 78.6. What? No, on
Here,
the 1 hour.
1 hour.
Yeah. On the 78.6.
On, are you talking from the long?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yes.
Supply and demand order block there.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, if US start to making bigger pullback to the downside, as GBP, GPY also making bigger pullback to the downside. Let's see GA. So on GA, we know exactly on the bigger time frame trend line retested after the trend line broken, and the figure from high to low. And this is the figure what we can use on the bigger time frame. You can see maybe you can see the price broke the 61.8 and 78.60 and make the marks up on the 127 level. So this is the 127 level, and you can see it's also the daily minus 27 is matches perfectly. Let's go back to the daily. Okay, so last week we expecting the price came back to the daily 61.80. Actually, it was 30 pips close to that level, but the price started pushing to the upside. Let's clean it down a bit. So you can find basically it looks like up, down, up, down. So in the bigger picture, it looks like a bullish M. I'm going to the 4 hour. Looks like it's create the big bullish M for the marks up yesterday, and we can find basically the 61.80 until the 78.60, and also we can use the future from high to low, and you can find the price respecting the 78.60. So the final move would be the minus 27, what matches with the 78.60 level and with the trend line, and we create the big bullish arm. So here is the place where I'm looking to take a long